Hello everyone, welcome to another stream. I apologize there hasn't been a stream the past couple days. 2 days ago, it was just way too ungodly hot to stream. Yesterday, I was just depresso espresso and knew I would not be able to give you all a decent stream. So, I also, was really tired. So, I ended up sleeping most of yesterday. Kind of lost yesterday, almost entirely, but it happens. Today, we have a small handful of Phoenix upgrade tokens. I basically missed the upgrade weekend. I believe it is over now. But we've yet to refine for today. I've kept up with refining every day, so that's why we have it. And honestly, I'm tired of the Doderidex. It's not great. So what I'm gonna do is come into here and pick this up. Now, the funny thing about this is a tier 5 U ship, so this is already upgraded. It has 8, 9, 10, 11 consoles. That is the normal amount for a tier 5 U ship. If we tier 5 U'd, we would have 10. Because you only gain one console. Also, because we're not tier 5U, notice how our hull is 42,000? This will have 46,000. Actually, they'll have more than that, because we're level 65. This little escort will be more durable, will handle better, has more consoles, is only 1,000 dilithium. Now, I will say, and I know there is someone who watches who will be disappointed with this, this is my next goal, purely because, as I have made mention of, carriers are a lot easier to use to build up to the end game. I'm not saying carriers are the end game, but they're a lot easier to use, and I'll get a lot more damage out of that Voquiv than I will out of this. Until I get stuff together. But that's 20,000, this is 1,000. So we're gonna start with this one. I don't like that name. Besides, this is RRW. That's, you know what? That just gave me a good... It's David. This is the RRW David. It looks like a David. I apologize to anyone named David. I'm not meaning to insult. Now, we will need to dig out that warp core we've been hanging on to, but that's why we've been hanging on to that warp core. Because I knew I would be doing this. I could save, but I really don't care. Now, let's get our equipment moved over. Anyone wondering why I do this? It's purely just I like having the torpedo in the... I don't think there's any benefit to it. Your weapons do fire left to right. So, like, if you're flying a torpedo boat, for example, like if you have multiple torpedoes on your science ship, and you have one torpedo you want firing more than the others, and they all have the same cooldown, put it on the left. It will fire first. If two of them are ready, it will fire. Get this on. Get this on. We have this warp core, which will be pretty nice. It's not the best, but it's a pretty decent warp core. The minus cost of weapon cost is basically most of what I was looking at. Let's get... Yeah, that's our... Wait, does this... I forget. Yeah, this does have the crit hit. I'd rather that be crit damage, but... because that would get us more overall damage. And I should really have these the other way around. Move that over there and put this here. And we have the one experimental weapon from Empirics, which we will be throwing on. Actually, can we... yes, we can. That'll increase its damage right away. For whatever reason, these things do not auto-level to Mark 12 unless you upgrade them. Nimbus Distress, Red Matter Capacitor. Here's going to be the decently hard part, is filling out the console slots. I believe we can fill out the tactical mags. That won't be difficult. Because, like, we got these three, and then I can just throw on the, I could swear I had... oh, right, no, I was using this in place of... I was using this in place of one of the, Pax cannons, because may as well. I did pick up the Voth Phase decoy, which is a pretty nice thing to have, so I will throw that down here. We really need better science consoles. We just need to get them. We still have the projected singularity we can use. Like, this isn't locked to anything, so we can carry it forward. Let's see. Bellum. 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 I think I'm going to put the SIF generator here, and I'll just put our other two universals in the science, because, like, that fills out our slots and gets us using something in every slot. I will also still eventually be moving to beams, which I know is something also that said person I'm referencing to, which I cannot remember your name. I'm not trying to be rude. I'm just terrible at names. They had some pretty valid criticism, which is partially why I'm pushing this ahead sooner than I normally would. Because this also gets us all of these bonuses that we would not have otherwise. This is going to improve us a lot really fast. And yeah, 65,000 base. We're literally gaining, what is that, 25,000 hull before all the modifiers are added, just for buying this ship. If you are doing extreme free-to-play, unless you are flying a carrier to make acquiring other stuff easier, you want to be flying the Jem'Hadar Escort until you build up the EC to buy a ship off the exchange. Now, part of this is we are also going to be skipping some missions. I still want to show every mission, but we're going to be skipping some because, well, getting gear is kind of important. And I honestly thought we would be further through the missions than we are. For reference, we are, like, just finishing up the Solonized Dyson Sphere. I was expecting we would be, like, closer to here by level 65. So we're just gonna skip, because I don't think there's anything from surface tension we want. Actually, I remember this mission. Yes, we do actually want something from this mission, because we're going to be swapping to disruptors or phasers eventually, and this boosts both of them. This is also part of a set within the 8472 reputation that you pair with this universal console to gain more bonus damage. But this is a long way away. But there's nothing saying we can't pick this up now. We're just not going to be using it right now because look at it. On its own, it's kind of garbage. But I think I will wait on that mission. Step. Can I just... Ooh, I can. Okay. This mission, if we had done it earlier, would have been neat. But this has no value to us anymore outside of being an Admiralty card. I'm also going to make the executive decision, mostly because it's been annoying me, and I've yet to set up my Admiralty anyway. I am just going to use my Admiralty ships. They're not making that big of a difference. Honestly, a lot of the Admiralty is a bit redundant after a while. The only things you tend to be doing after a while is just farming the tour of duty you're after. Because, like, once you've reached a certain point, this reward is useless. Because all this does is give you extra dilithium ore. We will eventually have hundreds of thousands to millions of dilithium ore waiting to be refined. These are not bad, but they're not as good as Phoenix tokens. This is only useful if you're in a fleet, though that is very useful. And, specialization points. Let's actually get some Admiralty set up. As always, I'm looking for the event rewards to see what we have for event rewards. See, like 50,000 EC, that's a decent little chunk of EC. We don't particularly need EC, but 500 dilithium, that's nice. The 120 science isn't all that nice, but we can work it, especially if I'm going to allow myself to use my own Admiralty ships. So let's do this. We have Tane, which will be a nice little boost. I'm not going to use the ships as, you know, proper ships, except maybe the Science Destroyer. I may allow myself my tier 5s, because they don't matter too much. But currently our ship is better than the Science Destroyer. So... this is minorly cheating, where I have not earned these ships, but I did pay for them, and technically I have earned all of them by either paying for them or playing their event, so it's only sort of bending the rules more than it is breaking them. Dilithium is kind of what I want more than anything. Is there a Tour of Duty close? Yeah, the Ferengi one. I'm gonna have a slot again soon, so I may as well start on another Ferengi. I'll do this one. That would not get me what I need. I don't think I have any one ship that would actually get me what I need. So we'll just mix a few ships in here. Now, back to poking through these. I've also already done this for today. Where is... I need to actually look up where the thing I want is from. I don't remember. I had just looked it up, and now I don't remember. That's... well, I want one piece of that, but I don't want the whole thing. Where... there it is. Oh, we're actually not that far off of what I need. We want midnight. Because, once I skip through all of this stuff, which this is something you can basically do from the moment you start the game. You can skip almost every mission once you reach past the tutorial.
One way or another, the war ends today.
This is a nice free-to-play set.
For a final push towards the key worlds of the Alliance.
So basically, we're going to be playing through this mission 3 times.
And perhaps, if we are
Because, well,
we will be able to
it's a
turn
nice
back
free-to-play
time.
set.
The war continues, and all
We're going to be missing some story beats, but I also am going to need to actually set up this ship. I don't even know if I have all the bridge officers for using the ship. Now I have someone for every slot. Okay. I want to make sure everyone that's in a seat is the person I want in that seat, but this is the one issue. You can only use Photonic Officer 1 here, given she has Photonic Officer. That tells me she's someone I want there. Okay, I only have the 2 of them. You are garbage. So it is these 2. Yes. What does he have in his 3rd? Attack Pattern Omega. That's something, but right, I'm gonna have to come back to this spot because okay, Janolan's right here. I need a new skill for his 2nd slot because there's really nothing to replace Rapid Fire 3 with at the moment because we don't have access to Spread 3. Not easy access anyway. I think I could actually make the skill, but we do still have some things to save our dilithium for, so... And Janolan has a trainer. This also lets us see that we have, at the moment, 22.9% crit chance, and we'll be adding 2.5% more crit chance to that. So, we are getting there. All said and done, we should have close to 42% crit chance once everything has come together. So, that'll be nice. Running. These doors also like to break. Like that. It's great. It's kind of hilarious that they've not fixed these doors. They may not be able to. I don't need personnel officer. Where is you? Now, where is attack pattern beta 1? There we go. And it's you I need. Beta 1. There's not much better free-to-play for the TAC officer in their 2nd slot, which is also why I run tactical team on both of them in their 1st slot, because there's really nothing better to run. Like, sure, I could run, like, Torpedo High Yield 1 and then never use it, because I have Torpedo Spread 2, which is better. I could run Torpedo Spread 1 and never use it, because Torpedo Spread 2 is better. Like, it's just one of those things of, like, you may as well just run the both, because there will be a slight overlap for them. And for the 3rd slot, the only easy thing we could teach is Omega 2. Which is a bit disappointing. Okay, let me actually see. I think they're down here. Yeah, Scatter Volley 3 is something I can train. I wish I could train this. Because that's gonna be annoying. Now, as I'm pretty sure I mentioned last stream, if you're doing more of a science build, an easy thing to get, though probably not the best, is the Solinary set. It's not the best free-to-play you can get, but... And I mean, neither of these is particularly useful to you, but at the very least, it's a set, and I'm pretty sure the deflector has EPG built into it, just at base, which is something. Yeah, we have 80,000 hull. Our Dideridex was struggling to get 60. Like... Also, I believe we have more reputation stuff now. Yes, we do. Do we have... We do not. We do have extra crit severity. So let's... This is... bleh. It's kind of pointless. Crit severity. Because 16% more crit severity. That's basically saying, here's 16% more damage. I'm not sure how useful the hull regeneration's gonna be, but we'll keep it for now. There's not really much else worth running. There's a few things that, like, I'd be more confident in maybe running. Like, 5 armor penetration, I don't know what kind of difference that makes. Like, that's the problem. And where you can literally get a single console that applies more armor penetration than that, I don't know, it just doesn't seem like that's good. Our ground reputation can just stay the way it is for now. It's mildly annoying to me that I'm missing one of these, but at the same time, having Romulan operative is worth it. Now, let us get our bar sorted out. Nimbus, just get over there. Actually, you can probably fit there. You get to there. Yeah, shield capacitor, I mean, it's healing. Put that up there. Put this up there. Resist. There's our phase decoy, which basically cloaks us and creates a decoy that'll auto-fight for 20 seconds and then explodes. It's not a huge amount of electrical damage, but it's electrical damage. Literally within 10 kilometers of the thing. To everything within 10 kilometers of it. I do not know why I just got mail. Beta. Spread. Rapid for the time set. I might want it. Science team, engineering team. I may actually move my heals and resists because I need room. So I'll put them on alt. That mail's probably one of my things on my other characters selling. Brace for impact. Face of maneuvers. I need to remember to actually use Focused Frenzy. It's kind of a problem I keep having, is I keep forgetting to use it. Part of that is simply, I'm not used to having it. So, Goes around. Yeah, I can get used to that. I really need to just, like, figure out, here is the places I want these certain things to be, and just always put them back in those spots. The issue is, I don't always have all of this stuff. So, like, you know, finding a place to put, you know, the crystalline absorption matrix. Once we're not using anti-proton anymore, we're not using this anymore. So, you know. But yeah, we'll now actually be able to do this fun thing called maneuver. It's great. We can actually turn. It's not great, but we can turn. What I mean by it's not great is we're not turning great. Now, let's lock our shields. Lock this for the moment. We don't need auxiliary. Well, auxiliary still kind of helps, so I'll keep that at 25. Unlock this. Gonna put engines at 30. There we go. It's not the most optimal, but actually, I need to see. Okay, it's not even gonna tell me. It's thanking me for using Arc. Okay. Now, let's... I have saved it. Now, let's get started. But another way to think of this series is basically ultimate free-to-play. Or anti-social free-to-play. Though I say that, I do ultimately plan on joining a fleet. I may honestly just see about joining the fleet that my main is in. Because I know it still has a lot of progress to be made. Which basically gives me plenty of opportunities to build up the fleet tokens. Which are used for buying things from the fleets. The only issue is, it has a lot of progress left. So there's not a huge amount I can actually buy to gain immediate benefit from the fleet. We'll just be skipping a lot of the story. I really wish my outfit loaded better. It's so awkward. I need to change the outfit. There is some unskippable story to this mission, but... The Iconians are here to finish the job. That's effectively what they're talking about.
Enterprise. This is the USS Hood. Our attack group is taking heavy losses.
RRW Vetrix responding to your call for assistance.
Yeah, jeez. Not sure what I've been debuffed with, but it was one of the two. Man, it's amazing how much better we're surviving now that we have HP. Also a lot easier to keep weapons on target. Flying this ship. This is one of those things I really should have done this a while ago.
USS Cleveland. We're losing reactor containment. We need immediate assistance.
Enterprise can hold the line. Help get those ships back into the fight.
Can the Enterprise really hold the line, though? Historically, it's never been great at doing that.
Hands, abandoned ship.
Well, Cleveland exploded. Someone will have to tell whatever state that Cleveland is in that it exploded. It's a real shame. Kurland here. They really like that voice line.
Jupiter Station is reporting Herald ships are moving in some kind of massive infrastructure. Requesting immediate assistance.
Gonna work on the battleship.
Ships are losing integrity. We need someone on damage control, or we may lose them before the ships and dock can mobilize.
Nakagi here. We've restored main power. Thanks for keeping the gantries intact. Bringing the Fight 99th Attack Wing into battle now.
This is ESD control. We're losing life support and transport is offline.
I'm gonna die. Come on, use the skills. This is where the Voth phase decoy comes in. It may not have lasted long, but it bought us some time. Oh, Earth space dock isn't solid. I can shoot right through it. Cool. I want to fall back a little more. Ate a little too much aggro there. Just a little.
Chimera, all non-essential personnel are away.
I want to work down the battleship. Rapid fire is really good for just going, I don't want you to be there anymore. But it's only really useful against a single target. Honestly, I would say that otherwise, like, outside of single targets, rapid fire is probably the worst fire mode. And against a single target, I mean, it's better than beam fire at will. Ow. Man, these Iconium probes are annoying. Come on. Come on. I will survive. Ow. I mean, I'm not using the exchange at all, so... But, this being an Iron Man series, I probably won't use that. I do apologize. I can send it back if you wish. I do thank you for your generosity, though. I may as well just accept my fate and die. It's too many probes. Alrighty. I do have other characters that could make great use of it, so... I can still put it to use. It just won't get used on this character. Iconium probes. Hey, Defiant, you want to, like, shoot the probes? That'd be helpful. No? That'd be too helpful? You can't do that? Leave it to the Defiant to not want to be helpful. They just want to continue stealing Romulan tech, using it against the nature of what it's supposed to be used for. Argue that it's fine because it's Cisco in charge, even though he's not anymore. Thank you. No, the Iconians don't want to drive us apart. They want to kill us all. And we've all come together and made it easier for them to kill a large number of us all at once.
I am arriving with the timeship. We must protect it until the portal is stable.
But literally, you can just kind of bugger off. Enterprise, please. That was not helpful. You cannot just take our problem and push it somewhere else, Sean. That's not how this works. Yeah, this is also a decent place, if you have the damage, to do the Dreadnought endeavor. Because if you can get to this phase quickly enough, which with a decent build, it really doesn't take long, there's a Dreadnought. I think another one will spawn if this one dies, too. There we go, Dreadnought destroyed. It's not the best place for doing the Dreadnought endeavor, but if you get tired of fighting with other people over killing the Dreadnoughts in the various battle zones, you know. Jem'Hadar ships, please. That's not helpful. I want to kill things. But there's still things to kill.
Energizing.
Back in time. On Iconia. Hello, Iconian. As mentioned, I'm going to be, not sure it's the right thing to do. Our mission might be to destroy these people, but it's not like they're aggressive now.
This is Iconia at the height of its power.
For some context, for anyone who doesn't know what's going on here, because this context is kind of important as for why Empress Sela is an idiot. We know at this point that the Other saved Iconia on the day we have returned to. Keep that in mind.
I apologize for the advanced blunder since you are Greetings, travel.
The changes we see in the Iconians are too great to be simple evolution. The Iconians shape themselves and the Heralds into weapons. Genetic engineering that is both efficient and terrible.
You made it. The Icon...
Cogran is either a fool or he's...
Yeah, the Iconians are pretty nice. Pretty
help.
chill.
An injured Herald. This could be a chance to learn about their physiology. Perhaps even find a weakness.
Or we could help it.
Can you...
I will assist you. Yo, what up?
Certainly. However, I do not owe. Of course, we'll see who the lesser race is.
Big words coming from the Romulan oppressor, but, you know.
They are very proud and very strong.
Thank you, traveler.
The Iconians of
I am not...
deaths that we will... I don't understand why you're bothering to help these people. We need to find the gateway controls, sabotage them, and be done with it.
Yeah, it's kind of our job to help people. Also, while I'm here, collect this. Ferengi. Tour of Duty. I just literally need 10. Bam.
Clearly the Iconians have a highly developed sense of the aesthetic.
That's
What they
fine,
do.
But what we need is to know more about their technology. And we're going to a park.
When you have technology as advanced as the Iconians, wonders can be found anywhere you look. We should talk to that officer over there.
I see you are interested. I am not.
Too high. You kind of jumped. And the Icobar want the gateway tech. These guys want medical technology. And they are a primitive level of development with a much higher chance of doing themselves harm with genetic engineering and a large chance of using it for biological warfare.
It is just as I surmised.
So basically, the Iconians are in the exact same place.
They are attempting to protect lesser developed.
Not so fast.
Like, they're just in the same place the Federation is.
We will gladly give you the medicines you require, but our genetic engineering technology is off limits.
The medicine will help with this plague. But what about the next one? We need the ability to take care of ourselves, but you won't give us the means to do so.
I am sorry, but we have extremely stringent rules about who can use our technology. There are many species who are not. Yes, I would.
Yeah, they're kind of right to not let these people who would use it for either harming themselves by incompetence or hurting others.
We haven't made much headway trying to reverse engineer the gateways, but just imagine what we could do with it.
Oh, I have. You can move an army in the blink of an eye. Think about what would happen if all these heralds just showed up on your planet. Oh, they'd take over in a day. I'm still trying to acquire some of their data.
Nothing yet. Despite all their openness and hospitality, the Iconians have everything on lockdown. I can't even get near. If I were the Iconians, I too would think twice about giving people like these.
This doesn't prove anything. So the Iconians had their...
Tell your ship.
This race is attacking.
Excuse
What's
me,
up, my dude?
I-
I'll help.
Curious. Our communications should be reaching the colonies, but I am not receiving any response to my messages. Something terrible must have happened. I do not know.
We already know the evacuation did not save them.
But the gateway on New Romulus remained active for a time.
Then we must cut off that path, now, before anyone escapes.
Welcome, traveler.
And they're basically being attacked by the groups who want their technology.
The attack. You have walked the same streets as I. Spoken to.
It doesn't matter what these people... And that changes nothing. It's a bit late for second.
It's not late for second thoughts, though.
The World Heart contains all of our knowledge and all our genetic data.
Because with the context I gave,
We can read
surely anybody watching, regardless of if they've played this game before,
some of us. We shall
understands by now we're the other.
We should be able to access...
We are the ones saving the
all of the
Iconians.
gateways at once.
We offered Lemirin our aid. There is no honor in striking down an ally from the Hive.
The honorable thing would be to complete our mission and save our galaxy. Or do you not care about what happens to Kronos?
We need to transfer the World Heart to a transportable format. I'll need your help to initiate the download from that console.
Yeah, give me a second. Gotta make sure Varel places her things. Because I've played this mission quite a lot.
The download is proceeding, but it will not complete before the invaders find us.
Varel, why? This is why I like playing an engineer myself. Though my engineer also just doesn't use any of the actual, like, engineering stuff, basically. How? A little help? Anyone? Thanks, Tovin.
Now we need to release the magnetic interlocks holding the core. I need you at the other console.
I need my bridge officers to catch up. Is Varel over here? No, she isn't. Get over here, Varel. Place your turret. It's at least something.
More invaders. They must not take the world heart. We need to erase the mainframe memory banks. I will require your assistance.
Honestly, I feel like on pure Iron Man, at least for ground combat, engineer might actually be the way to go. For your captain. Because, like, well, a lot of the fabrication skills are bad in comparison to, like, the universal consoles that everyone has access to. They're not bad compared to everyone else's stuff. Ow.
Mainframe memory erased. The last step is to eject the world heart.
And, like, they basically give you a little bit of everything, the engineer. The issue is for space combat, the engineer's kind of bad.
Just the beginning of blessings. I reckon Tiket is a fearsome warrior and has kept our people safe for countless millennia until today.
Rescuing Iconians is not what we're here to do.
Actually, it is.
Perhaps it is. When we came back in time, we did not know what we would find.
This is a nice buff.
I appreciate your efforts, stranger, but I cannot.
If you die here, who can avenge your people?
She is a fool. She would let her people die so she could avenge them.
She might be a fool, but she kinda cute, not gonna lie. And this is the point where newer viewers get the acknowledgement that, yes, the neckbeard is a bit of a pervert. Who would have thought it? Ah. Who could have thunk? It's a real shocker, real head scratcher.
Thank you.
It's actually one thing that I really wish... Like, I wish I would have started the series earlier. I mean, I wish I would have got back into playing earlier, so I could have the Ryzen Tier 6. But,
People became warriors when an alien species threatened our home.
there's a reward from... Well, not a reward, it's a currency. You have to buy it with a currency. There's a tribble from the Ryzen store that would be really nice to have. It's the rainbow tribble. And honestly, any of y'all who, like, play normally but don't know that thing exists, it's 50 Lala Hunt favors, or whatever the hell that currency's properly called, Ryzen favors, for a 2.5% crit chance that can be upwards of, I think it's 12.5, if everybody in the party is using the rainbow tribble. That is a big crit chance buff. And let's be real, it's not like there's many better things to be putting in your slots. I will not kill defenseless innocents. Did anyone get stuck? Yes, Satara got stuck. That's a bit annoying. I'm gonna see if I can get out of red alert. But I might be able to just do this now. Yes, okay. Now she's caught up. It's a decent thing to keep an eye on. If, basically to watch if you, On my main, I have some favors. This character didn't exist at the time. So, well, because this character has not earned any favors, they don't have any.
Where are they?
Oh, I wonder where they are, Sela. I really wonder. Real head scratcher where they could be. It's a real head scratcher. This super smart Romulan isn't understanding. Sela, you're supposed to be really smart. And, like, I'm gonna let this play out so you can see what she does.
We can't hold them off.
That's it. Send them through.
No, this isn't our mission.
This character, yes.
You took everything from me.
The world heart.
There's no time. The gateway is closing.
Only 12 of us are left. The crystal contains our civilization.
Sela, stop! We are better than this.
I will remember this, Romulan. I will extinguish your people in payment for your treachery.
This has all played out this way before. I am the cause for Hobus.
Yes, yes you are, Sela. Glad you finally realized that. Also, why was there a random Iconian standing there? I think that was supposed to be me. But yeah, that's kind of the point of an Iron Man series, is this is basically, if I cannot earn it myself, I will not have it. Which is also why I'm flying the Jem'Hadar bug ship instead of the, God, I forget even what it is. The tier 5 lockbox ship that comes with the free tier 5U. that's arguably better.
I know what you were going to say, but I did what I had to do for my people. I should have acted sooner. If I had, perhaps Romulus would have been restored.
Yeah, Sela. How have you not realized that we are the others?
That can't... Tiket! What have I done?
The Iconians have fled to Day.
Great job, Sela. A+. Super smart Romulan lady, not understanding. Context clues. Like...
The heralds are firing on the portal.
You have the word.
You have your world heart. I mean, like, I know people have done series kind of like this before. I just like doing janky shit. So, like, that's something I actually had someone basically criticize for, is, oh, you're just doing this to be different. It's like, nah. I just like doing janky shit. It's just what I like doing with games. Like, there's a Yu-Gi-Oh game that I play quite a bit of, Yu-Gi-Oh! Legacy of the Duelist Link Evolution, that I have a save going that I need to get back to, that I've been streaming, where I'm literally building a deck as if I'm 10 again. Well, not even 10. 4. That's when I started playing. Like, it's just jank, and it's a blast. Like, here's your world heart. Here's your literal civilization back. Enjoy.
I have never had a chance to examine you closely, but now that you stand before me, I remember you held
I skipped this game.
I hate.
I cannot blame you, Takat. And effectively, Taket's gonna continue kicking our asses, but, you know, the Mirren's done. Big celebration! It's to you.
We have much to do.
And you.
Probably. I've made a lot of difficult choices in my life. And
Yes, I'm a dick to Sela. She deserves it. Quite simply, she deserves it.
The war is over. Although we could not turn back the clock.
Now, I'm going to start with the deflector because our deflector is our most outdated thing. And I'm going to basically just work down the list. I may also grab this.
And that is not only
Maybe.
an easy one to make.
It's not a great trait though, so...
Side again. The war continues.
And now we play that mission again. Because that's how this works.
Man ordered me to contact you with an urgent mission.
Yeah. Let's see. Ooh, 1K dilithium. And this only takes 15 minutes. Hell yeah. You know what? Let's throw this one into it. I decided to use my Admiralty cards because it was just getting annoying not being able to do anything in the Admiralty. And I had them sitting there. It's not really hurting anything or really changing that much of it because, let's be real, all of those I could have just bought already. So... now, let's get this deflector equipped. Once we get even just 2 pieces of this equipped, we'll already have a decent bonus of resistances. Soul Defense keeps you alive, at least a lot better than a lot of the other sets do. So while there is almost certainly better equipment sets that you could be using, pre-reputation stuff, I honestly think I would generally always suggest people just use Soul Defense as you're building towards whatever your reputation gear is going to be. Reputation and fleet gear. It does leave your warp core open, but there is also a mission warp core that's pretty good, and just this one. You can get this from a mission as well. The minus 15 weapon power cost is just good. It's not great, but it's good. Now, we didn't really get any... Yeah, we got this. I mean, this wouldn't be bad to have equipped, but... Actually, I might put that over this. Yeah. Resistances. Staying alive means we can deal damage. So... Now, I have to quickly use the washroom, so I will be back in a moment. Return. Yeah, I mean, that's fair. It probably gets you a tad more damage output. The bonus to this is that it just requires you to play the same mission just 3 times and you're done. You don't have to do different missions or learn different missions.
One way or another.
Though, I mean, there is a lot of different mission stuff that I do want to pick up at some point. Namely, basically everything Disruptor related, because that's the direction I'm probably going to go. I get Phaser is ever so slightly better, but... I mean, yeah, I've played almost every mission at least once, but... I also just like the survivability, especially while flying an escort. Escorts just explode way too easily.
You are cleared for docking.
The hut.
We
Now to do this again, which will probably be the longest part of this entire mission. Just because of the freaking probes, man. I hate these probes so much. I remember to actually push that button. I mean, I also do know there is a lot of people who just would rather use other sets than Soul Defense. My suggestion is mostly just to people who are probably just starting out in the game. It's like, it's one of those things of like, in almost every game I play, this is basically my general advice, is to do whatever keeps you alive the longest. Because the longer you're alive, the longer you're learning. Like... Like, that's always been my issue with, the game War Thunder. You die so quickly. Because you don't know what you're doing when you first start that game. Like... not helped by that, you know, level 100 player who's been playing for, you know, longer than any sane person should play that game for, knows your weak spots entirely, is sitting in the corner covered in bushes that you can't even obtain, and is just one-shotting you the moment they see you. And they're probably playing on ultra low quality, so they will see you first. Like... you have no chance to even remotely learn, oh, people will be over this, you know, over there. It's just, oh, I'm dead. Okay. I really don't want to be right over here. Well, I mean, I do, because I want to do this thing, but I want to be ready to get out. Come on, guys, finish it off. There we go.
The shipyards are losing integrity. We need someone on damage control, or we may lose them before the ships and dock can mobilize.
Akagi here. We've restored main power. Thanks for keeping the gantries intact. Bringing the Fight 99th Attack Wing into battle now.
This is ESD control. We're losing life support and transporters are offline.
Earth's space dock has lost main power. We're evacuating the crew.
Yeah, I'd rather other ships take the initial aggro. NPCs can take it. I mean, the Defiant, I don't think can die. We need to also remember to use this more. I don't know. EMP probes. This is going much better. Don't know what's different this time to last time, really, because the deflector ain't gonna be making this big of a difference, but... whatevs. I'll take this going faster. It's still the longest part of the entire mission, but... I will also take that over this being majorly ground. That would be very frustrating. Especially because I do still need to get myself some actual ground gear. I'm hoping that would finish that off. Yeah. Apologize for my coughing. I have literally been sick all month. Because that's fun. Can't even overly say I've been sick, just coughing. I was only really sick for like a couple days, but... Take your probes and shove them. Destroy the dreadnoughts. Dreadnoughts destroyed.
Remember, I recommend... You've seen the ruins of a once mighty empire. This is Iconia at the height of its power.
Now for effectively the speed run.
The changes we see in the Iconians are too great to be simple evolution. The Iconians shape themselves and the Heralds into weapons. Genetic engineering that is both efficient and terrible.
You made it. The
Cogran is either
While still siding against Sela.
an injured Herald. This could be a chance to learn about their physiology. Perhaps even find a weakness.
If I don't want to wait for Sela to finish.
Thank you.
Helping them is far more important than letting her talk.
Do you require... Certainly.
Oh, we'll see who the lesser race is.
I have spent days among these people. They are very proud and very strong.
See, like, I've done almost everything I can to try to fight this cough.
I am...
Like, I've basically gone through an entire bottle of cough medicine, which a lot of my cough was because of a big mucus buildup. Which the cough medicine helped with. I've gone through an entire package of cough drops entirely. I've now got throat lozenges and basically an anti-infection tea, basically. Those were my mother's contributions. Like, and it's getting better. Like, there was a few days where I would not be able to go this long between coughing, so it's getting there. Maybe another week, hopefully.
When you have technology as advanced as the Iconians, wonders can be
Initially thought it might be allergies, so I was taking Benadryl, and all that was doing was putting me to sleep.
I see you are interested. I am not supposed...
just as I surmised. The
Not so fast.
The menace.
I am. Yes.
we haven't.
Oh,
If I were the Iconians,
This doesn't prove anything.
I mean, like, even now, most of my coughing is just mucus buildup. Which is great. It's great.
We already know the evacuation did not save them.
but the gateway on New Romulus remained active for a time.
Then we must cut off that path, now, before anyone escapes.
Welcome.
Yeah, I kind of wish I knew what I had, but, like,
The attack
it's just way too much effort.
Doesn't matter, and that changes nothing. It's a bit.
The world heart contains
Like,
all of our knowledge.
there's no one here who can drive,
With it,
which basically means getting to
we have a refuge
the hospital
for those who serve.
requires taxiing
We shall
or a
go
2-hour walk. And that taxi ride going back and forth is like $60.
We could disable all.
And that's a lot of money to get there and have them be like, yeah, you just got a cough, it'll go away. So, like,
striking down an ally from behind.
The honorable thing would be to complete our mission and save our galaxy. Or do you not care about what happens to Kronos?
We need to transfer the world heart to a transportable format. I'll need your help to initiate the download from that console.
I mean, like, I'm Canadian, so, like, I would go there and it would be free, but, like, I'd also probably be waiting there for, like, 2-3 hours. So, like, it's just such a hassle. Now, if, like, my majorly feeling sick had continued for, like, more than a day or two, I might have considered it paired with the cough, but, like, eh. Guys, why are you dying? You know, if you just hadn't walked forward, y'all wouldn't have died. Varel is not having a good time.
More invaders. They must not take the world heart. We need to erase the mainframe memory banks. I will require your assistance.
I don't know why I'm looting all this stuff. It's literally worthless to me. I mean, I think there's still some tactical things I could upgrade. Like, I think a Mark 12 rally cry would probably be better than my Mark 4. But, you know.
More aliens are coming. Protect me.
To be fair, I think I could go and just buy a Mark 9, which will probably be better. Finding a Mark 12 would be kind of useful, though.
The last step is to eject the world heart. I fear blessings blessings. I recommend Kit is a fearsome warrior and has kept our
Any account unlock I get on this character or while this character exists, I will use.
Rescuing Iconians is not
I mean, not that it
what
overly matters, because, like,
Perhaps it is. When we came back in time, we didn't.
I kinda didn't. I took a quite a long break from playing, so I only really have the science destroyers. And, like, I could grab these, but, like, you know, I don't have much to reclaim. So this is on my main account, so I do have what little of the Endeavor system I've gotten. Which is kind of an advantage for the series, because that meant I didn't have to make a new account. I don't want to use the tier 6s I bought, because that I feel like that would kind of ruin a lot of this. Because literally I could be flying a basically fully souped out tier 6 scimitar, or, you know, a basically about as good as you can get free to play without superior area denial carrier.
Your efforts, stranger. Your work.
She is a fool. She would let her people die so she could avenge them.
Because, like, I play a carrier on my main, so, like, carrier buff, carrier with good trait for carrier. And yeah, I have missed a lot. I hit the point that I think every new player hits at some point. At least if, you know, they don't basically fall into looking early as how to deal more damage. I basically got sick of being completely worthless to my teams. Because my damage output was actually bugged. Fun thing there. Like, literally, like, a good example would be, I had some anti-proton beams that literally the stat card said they dealt 1,500 damage. When I fired them, they would deal 600. My damage was bugged. I think I was dealing base damage and nothing else. But everything was calculating properly. It was saying I should be dealing so much more damage. And, like, I could stay alive. My health was fine. Nothing else was bugged out. It was just my damage output. And I had tried everything at the time to fix it, and it just was not getting fixed. Because, like, the go-to suggestion was just respec your captain. But I did that, and it didn't fix anything. So, ultimately, I respec'd when I came back to the game, like, halfway through the summer event, so I don't have the Ryzen cruiser. Because I had got back too late to even bother going for it. Literally, I didn't have enough time left to finish the event, and I'm not spending lobies on it. That ain't happening. But when I respec'd when I came back this time, my character's dealing the damage they should be doing. They were still bugged when I got back. So, like... I also played KDF. Yep. Tara's dead. I need to go find her body and revive her. There she is. Get up. Come on, catch up. Don't get stuck on anything. Yeah, it doesn't look like any of them have, but I'm going to use the regroup anyway. And, like, there's a fair few of those ships that I wouldn't mind having, which is a bit sad, but eh. It's not the end of the world.
The gateway is damaged. You will need to reroute the power and reinitialize the gateway opening sequence.
Yeah, like, I'm still struggling to figure out how you get regular damage to the level a lot of people get it. Like, my main, I have that Miracle Worker battlecruiser, the really ugly one of the Klingons. I have it dealing okay damage. Like, I'm definitely able to make a difference on advanced. But, like, I'm most basically at the end of things I can add, and my damage output is still terrible.
They may already be here.
Now, I know one of the big issues is just simply my main is never going to deal the damage that that tactical officer is dealing, because my main is an engineer. I want to double check the items. Tech upgrades. I keep forgetting those exist. Meaning I don't have attack pattern alpha.
I know it.
The
We're initiating a tachyon burst to reopen the portal that brought us here.
On the flip side, though, I have a carrier that puts out a lot of DPS. Like, I think the highest I pulled from that carrier is like 150, 160,000. But that's still, for a carrier, like, that's a lot. When I stopped playing, that would have been like... You would have been accused of hacking if you could have dealt that much damage from a carrier back then. But, you know, times have changed. Well, a carrier with a carrier build. A carrier built as just a cruiser. Yeah. You'll put out about as much damage as that cruiser over there. Wonder if this is gonna break again. It did. I mean, yeah, I just want to get that battlecruiser feeling a bit better. Like, it feels wrong that it's out DPS'd by my carrier.
I've made a lot of difficult choices.
But, like, between the three classes, like, engineer is definitely the worst. Because, like, I would rather be a science than the engineer in a lot of cases. Because at least you as a science, you can press a button and lower the resistance of what you're shooting at.
The war is over. Although we could not...
The engineer cannot do that.
The war continues.
In any way whatsoever. Like... With the engineer's own skills, attack pattern beta exists. But, you know... There's a resistance buff. Hey, literally tomorrow I could grab the Voquiv. But if I allow myself my tier 5 and under unlocks, I could just grab the Carfe. Which I might just do that. I'm still up in the air of whether I want to let myself reclaim my tier 5 and under stuff. It's like I'm basically feeling out how I want this to be while I do it. Which is where I'm also tentative on the dilithium exchange. Like, I might bring it in. It's just, for now, it's kind of pointless, because there are other things I have to spend dilithium on. Yeah, getting an Admiralty ship would be useful. So... this one. Yeah, I'll do this one. So close. Because, like, I don't have many... This should do, yeah. I don't have many tier 5 and under things. Like, literally, it's... the Carfe. And these. Of which, like, Prismatic Leech, it's been nerfed to hell, but it's better than nothing. This is kind of useless to me. Like, I'm not going to be using the Bioneural Warhead. Just not. This, I don't even remember what it has. I think its console can't even be equipped outside of it. Oh yeah, no, it can be equipped on anything. Oh. That's probably not the worst. And then this thing just make you go fast. It's a button to go fast in a straight line. It's basically ramming speed, but you can activate it at any time. Hello, Randomness Rick. That's a pretty decent joke. Like, I might reclaim these. I'm up in the air over the Carfe, but ultimately the Carfe, because it does require the tier 5 upgrade token, is just a tier 4. So... I may. I'm still debating on that one, though. I do like the Carfe. There's a reason I own this thing. It's because I looked at it and went, I want that. And plus, it is one of the free ships now, so... And it's not like the Romulans have good options. It's just the Romulans can't pick the other options. Why can't Romulans pick other people's options? I would have loved to have grabbed, you know, the Marauder or the Carfe. I think between the two, I might have actually grabbed the Marauder. Just because it's 4-4 instead of 4-3. This does have 3 tactical consoles, though. This has 4 engineering. I feel bad for anyone playing Romulan Science. Because you can't claim a free science ship outside of your level 40 ship. Like, your level 61 token isn't a level 4. You can't get a science ship. It's 3 escorts and a battle cruiser. And that's all you've got. Now, I could just keep this. And then get like a 2-piece of something else. I like the soul defense click. I like being able to just click a button and get my hull back. mean, ultimately, I'm going to be replacing it anyway. My current go-to is basically going to be, once I can get into a fleet. Risk, what are you chasing? Please don't let it be a freaking spider. Always spiders with you. I do not see anything, so either it got away from her or she ate it. Don't like spiders. I don't do spiders. Yeah, what I'll probably ultimately end up with, and it's mostly just because it's what I have figured out works, is one, disruptors with the various disruptor sets in the consoles and weapons, paired with Nukara shields and engine, colony warp core, and shit, what was my deflector? Colony deflector. So, like, because the Nukara 2-piece for the shields and engines, I get competitive engines are better, in quotes. They're better for people who can react to fast things, because you're suddenly going a whole lot faster. The Nukara 2-piece gives you just 5% bonus energy weapons damage, which, because it's bonus damage, means that's actually a decent-sized boost to your damage. Like, I've never grabbed a piece, so maybe the in-game description is different. Well, actually, I want my thing here so I can get the exact... Where is it? There it is. Good old Iconian set. Come on, browser, steal my control back. There we go. The Iconian set, I've heard people suggest a lot for carriers. For its 3-piece of when firing energy weapons, 5% chance, 10% all energy damage for 8 seconds to allies within 10 kilometers. You can stack 3 times. 5% chance is pretty low. It will happen, but that's still pretty low. But that's just plus damage. Meaning it's effectively adding a little bit better than this at maximum, which is maybe 50-60 damage per weapon, because this damage is built off of the base damage of your weapons, not your modified damage, which is what bonus damage is built upon. So that bonus damage is basically 5% of your 1500 to 2000 instead of 30% of like 600. Plus, the Nukara one is all the time. Iconia applies to your allies, too, but actually reading it, I'm not sure it applies to you, just your allies. And then the Iconian 4-piece clicky with its 33% all damage for 30 seconds is still... It's like just putting on an extra tactical console for 30 seconds. Because it's just plus damage. If it was bonus damage, that would be amazing. That would probably be meta. Because that would be a clicky for 33% bonus damage. But it's not. Unless the wording on the wiki is wrong, and it is actually bonus damage. Once again, I don't know. I don't have a piece of the Iconian stuff on anything, because it doesn't look worth the resources. Do I want... I'm going to quickly... I think anything else I would basically need to have a reclaim to actually make a two-piece out of, because I think all of the mission warp cores are no longer obtained. The alternative to that is Phoenix tokens to just grab the Bajor warp core or singularity, but I can't reclaim it because I don't have the Bajoran interceptor. So I may as well grab the third piece. Well, no. Because I know I can get the preeminent. What does the preeminent two-piece even do? Kinetic damage resistance. That would require the preeminent shields. Where are they? Oh, they're the wonky one that has all the capacity in the rear. I mean, technically it doesn't matter where I'm using tactical team, but yeah, I think I'll just stick with soul defense. I mean, the extra kinetic resistance is not nothing. Kinetic is the one thing your hull hates the most, but so let's... I mean, I could just keep the solenoids as well. It's just shield power. It's just thinking I could claim the Solenoid's warp core by claiming one of the Solenoid ships that has a warp core on it, and then taking the warp core off, and then discarding the ship, but nah.
One way or another.
Yeah, this character will basically get everything from events while they exist. So, like, the Protostar stuff, if it's worth using over the Soul Defense stuff, I will probably use. It just has to be worth using over Soul Defense. Which I don't think it will be, because it's very science-focused, but it'll depend on how much damage ejecting your warp core does. Because that may actually make me swap to phasers.
You are cleared for docking.
I need to change this outfit. I need to get around to that. It bugs me how it loads in.
This is the USS Hood. Our attack group is taking heavy losses.
RRW of Vetrix responding to your call for assistance, Hood.
I mean, I remember from reading it's supposed to have science-y boosts to it, so it might end up being useful for a science ship. At least until you actually get one of the actual science sets going, basically. Which, to be fair, puts it in the same camp as basically all of the mission reward sets. Of, you know, until you get your reputation set going, it's worth using. Once you get the reputation set going, trash it. But, you know. Yeah, I think everyone except the people who bought out the event are 2 days away from Protostar. The one exception to this character is going to get rewards. And technically I'm not, you know, it's not going against that. Is I'm very tempted, because I do plan on where I missed half of this year's events. I'm going to need to buy out some if I want the yearly event reward. I'm very tempted to grab the Infinity Prize and grab the D7 carrier for my main. Because I want it. Or the Tier 6 Voth carrier. Because I love the Voth carrier. But it's literally not obtainable in any other bloody way. Which, I mean, ultimately, I don't need it. The trait would be nice, but... I'll finish off the bent. Yeah, Lithium Raider. But, like, I already have the Tier 5X'd. So, like, I'm not really gaining much other than the command seat. And the command inspirations. Which is why I've now moved to maybe the D6 would actually be better. Because I would be gaining a lot more out of that. Because, like, I don't tend to have an issue with my hangar pets dying anyway. So a trait just to keep them alive doesn't really add much.
The shipyards are losing integrity. We need someone on damage control.
But the D7's trait would be very useful on just about everything.
Akagi here. We've restored main power. Thanks for keeping the gantries intact. Bringing the Fight 99th Attack Wing into battle now.
This is ESP control. We're losing life support and transporters are offline.
Earth space dock is lost main power. We're evacuating the building.
Probes.
Chimera, all non-essential personnel are away.
Now, this is minorly sacrilege as a Star Trek fan, but you can keep your Federation ships. I've always liked the designs of the other races more than the Federation. I literally, with one exception, I love the nebula. But the love of the nebula goes past just its visual design as well. It goes into literally the lore in it. Of it basically being, until the Defiant was built, the best warship the Federation had to offer with the right modular edition. Which is why I still really want an escort nebula. Or at the very least, a tactical nebula. It could still be a cruiser, just tactical focused. I was just thinking escort so that they could basically turn the pylon into the experimental weapon. Have it be an experimental weapon exclusive to that nebula. They wouldn't do that, because that, you know, that'd be too nice. I actually wonder, what is... Yeah, that is not bad resists. My radiation resistance is nothing, but, you know. Yeah, tell me about it. The Federation gets literally everything. And since cross-faction flying was made basically free for everybody, no one has gotten anything anymore. Yeah, because it very much de-incentivized them to ever release ships for anyone other than the Federation. Which has also led... has also led them to putting traits on ships that it makes no sense for them to be on that ship.
I am arriving with the time ship. We must protect it until the...
Case in point, the Hydra Intel Destroyer. Yeah, let's give it, like, one of the best carrier traits on an escort. That has a... It has a multi-vector mode, because it's a Prometheus, but... Why? Why is that on an escort? Instead of, you know, a carrier?
The Iconium off of us. Infinite forces have been identified.
Yeah. That's why I don't tend to hang out at Konos. Other than Konos is just inconvenient.
city. The portal is active and stable. Enter it now.
Rear shields failing.
Remember why we are here. I recommend... You've seen the ruins of a once mighty empire. This is Iconia at the height of its power.
Greetings.
I mean, I legitimately don't even have my very first character anymore. Because I started way back when you... I don't know if you still do or not. But at least way back in the day, you needed to at least have a Federation character to level 35. Before you could, create a KDF.
Someone's calling for help.
So my very first Fed character was literally existed to get me to KDF. And I eventually just deleted it.
Hello. Can you help us? Thank you.
Mostly because I was just sitting there like, I never play this character. I have no interest in any of the ships that they have. Because, like, this was back 2012, 2013, whenever the game went free to play. Like, it was a long time ago. There weren't really that many options for ships in the first place.
I don't understand why you're bothering to help these people.
Clearly the Iconians have a highly developed sense of the aesthetic.
That's fine, but what we need is to know more about their technology. And we're going to a park.
When you have technology as advanced as the Iconians, wonders can be found anywhere you look. We should talk to that officer over there.
I see you. I am...
Oh. Okay, it was 28 that time. Unless it was 28 every time and it just decided to skip over it. And I didn't notice.
Not so.
We have it. If I were the
This doesn't prove anything.
Yeah.
Tell your ship.
Birds of prey. The class of ship that I've never gotten on well with. I tried flying a bird of prey at one point, and I just... They're so squishy.
Then we must cut off that path now, before anyone escapes.
Like, they're very versatile, and they're, you know... It's great. Raider flanking is awesome.
It doesn't matter what... And that changes nothing. It's a bit...
But, like... They're so squishy.
All of our knowledge and all our genetic data. With it, we can rebuild. We have a refuge built.
Though, just as an example of the power creep over the years, my Mir Voquiv, because that was my ship of choice, even after getting the Carfe, I preferred the Mir Voquiv, used to at least be able to live like 10 seconds against a PvPer. Good luck doing that, period, anymore.
Would be to complete our mission and save our galaxy. Or do you not care about what happens to Kronos?
We need to transfer the world heart to a transportable format. I'll need your help to initiate the download from that console. The download is proceeding, but it will not complete before the invaders find us.
The one exception I can give to my try surviving that long now is I'm fairly sure, assuming I don't screw up and manage to catch it just in time, I could probably survive that long in my Voth carrier. And might even kill the PvPer. Because of the Voth carrier's universal console. It being an invulnerability shield that reflects 100% of the damage back. So, like, that would be the one exception. But managing that would be the hard part. You know, not screwing up.
More invaders. They must not take the world heart.
Also, hello, OG Lant. You know, Tovin, if you could not die, that'd be great. Well, reviving Hyven right now is going to be a no-go. But, you know. Once that plasma goes away, there we go. Ugh.
More aliens are coming. Protect me.
And it's a fairly fast activation. So literally all I'd ever need to do is hear you decloaking. And at that point, it's probably too late. But, you know.
The last step is to eject the world.
I'm just gonna respawn.
Blessing Arctic is a fearsome warrior and has kept our people safe for countless millennia.
Just that.
Until today.
As much as, like, I honestly don't know where I'd even put it on the carrier at this point. I wish the Voth battlecruiser was available in any metric so I could finish the Voth set on my carrier and have a battle cloaking carrier. Because that would be fun. I just, once again, I don't know where I would even put it on that carrier. My consoles are kind of full.
She is a fool. She would let her people die so she could avenge them.
Vengeance is a powerful
We will never forget this tragic day.
Barrel, don't you dare be stuck.
Thank you.
Like, in all of my time looking on the exchange, I've never seen that battlecruiser. It exists. Its console exists. I've actually seen one in space. Never seen one on the exchange, which tells me they're worth more than a max cash stack.
These are not a warlike people.
Not yet. That will change.
Bloodshed affects everyone differently. My people became warriors when an alien species threatened our home.
And the Iconians will become conquerors.
Sela, he's being polite. The Klingons also became conquerors. Have you not seen the size of the Klingon Empire? And how they treat the conquered races that they, well, conquer? The Klingons are conquerors too. The Iconians are kinda no different. I'm gonna need to clean out my inventory after this. But that's fine.
Now I see your plan.
Okay, come on everyone, no one gets stuck. Hyven got stuck. I just noticed his distance.
The gateway is damaged. You will need to reroute the power and reinitialize the gateway open sequence.
Really? Just gonna keep dying, guys. I know it's because their gear sucks. My gear sucks. I don't actually know even a good mission for getting ground gear.
Didn't the others save the Iconians? Where are they?
They may already be here.
My main just uses the Borg honor guard armor, weapon, shield with Nukara EV suit weapon. Which probably will end up being what this character uses too, because it works. And that's all I really care about, is it works.
I know what you... That can't...
It works even better when you consider that the Christmas event, its kit gives extra cold damage. So you pair that with the cryo weapons from the Nukara rep, and you can actually get some pretty decent weapon damage from them. I don't know if it's amazing weapon damage, but I've got it up to, like, while aiming, like 160, 170 damage per shot from the cryo full auto. So, like, it works. It works for advanced. That's all I care about. The main issue there is just getting that for everybody. That would take so bloody long. Then again, my bridge officers don't matter a huge amount. I don't think that one cutscene is meant to be skippable.
We have
We probably have made a lot.
Because, like, my thought is I kind of want my bridge officers to be better equipped, but that would basically mean playing through that mission a lot. I only realistically need armor and a weapon. I suppose they don't need the weapons.
the war is over. Although we could not turn back the clock, the war continues.
Because Sompek shield. Yeah, I'll get rid of the Sif generator. And just to make sure. Pretty sure it won't try to salvage that anyway, but I kind of want some salvage. Suppose I should see, is there... Well, I think everyone's already got Mark 12 at least. Energy dampening. Well, she doesn't. It is Mark 10. It's close enough. So yeah, she's really the only one that could use... And even then, it's not that big of a difference. I mean, is 8? 8 isn't nothing, but eh. I don't need the cover fire. Yeah. More salvage. Now to clear away all this other junk. Alright, I have the protection turned on for this thing. Yeah, I guess I'll keep it then. But okay, I have defense now. Specifically, I have soul defense. I'll keep that on 7. I mean, this definitely isn't the best thing in the world to have, but I mean, it's better than nothing. Now, I also need to do this. Now, do I start working towards weapons? I probably should. I want disruptors. There's a lot of different missions. Wrong window. So I need Martok, which is one run through of that mission. I would get entoiled technology. Well, no, I could use... no, I really couldn't, because that would mean giving up prolonged engagement. Which that regen buff is probably better than the 5 armor pen from the entoiled. But I could grab the science console for the disruptor damage. Then there's the resonant console. So that would... Yeah. It's 3 missions, basically 1 playthrough each. I'm gonna start with Martok. I won't be able to make use of doing this right away, because I'm gonna need beams, which is gonna mean changing around my bridge officers. It's also gonna mean seeing if I can do anything with Tovin. Because, like, that's kind of the issue. I suppose I don't have to use beams. Well, no, I kind of do, because otherwise I have to give up my torpedo, because omnidirectional beam. It's part of the Martok set. I wish that was a beam or turret option. That would be so nice. But you can't give disruptors too much. They might be good. Who am I kidding? They're apparently good now, but, you know, phasers are still better, because of course they are. Okay. I need to get these open so I can... I remember where to get the Martok thing, I just don't remember the others. Okay. They all include grounds. This is gonna be... It's gonna be fun. I like carriers! But the Romulans don't have access to a free carrier. They also don't have access to a free science ship. Outside of their level 40 reward, level up reward. That is literally the only science ship they have access to. Without going to the exchange or spending actual real money. Which kind of feels like a bit of an oversight, but, you know. I think they know basically anyone playing a Romulan is probably playing it to be a TAC officer anyway, so... Pretty sure, yep.
We know that attacks from the Iconian forces are
Resonant. Because disruptor damage and armor penetration.
once the war begins in earnest.
Oh, hey, anti-proton beams.
Too much territory with too few ships.
Hey, dual heavy cannons. Yeah, I'm not gonna stop and do this mission. Like, I would do this twice to get the 2-piece. I don't think it would hurt, but... Yeah, it is weapon power. Eh. Yeah, I'll do this twice for the 2-piece. I may as well. It doesn't hurt. It's a disruptor beam. I'm basically gonna have to play missions to get beams anyway. Because I don't have enough upgrade tokens to craft any right now. I could make a bunch of Mark 9s, Mark 10s, but... Mark 12s are better. And the 2-piece is 3.6 more, weapon power. Just like here, I could grab a cannon, but once again, the Martok Omni Beam is only an Omni Beam. And the Martok 2-piece is better, because it's crit chance. And accuracy, for what that matters. But...
The war continues, and all of our warriors are needed to fight.
Ooh, that star's having a bad time. But that's not to say I don't like science ships. Like, I prefer carriers, but I have a science ship. I literally have the Voth science ship. Which is a fun little ship to fly around.
Welcome, and thank you for coming.
Okay, it did actually count. If you don't do the ops thing, these are all invulnerable.
I've never seen anything like
You won't deal damage to them either, so you can't use it for parsing. Oh god, it's the probes. Can I... Thank you, game, for finally letting me push the button. I don't know what debuff I was under, but I was under some debuff. Oh, Viral Matrix. The bonus to swapping to beams is they are just more comfortable and they still work. They're not as good as cannons, but... That requires running the Nausicaan torpedo, which would require me to give up prolonged engagement. And ultimately, once I start getting my reputations going, that would mean giving up on, the Discovery torpedo, which is the part of the Discovery set I'll be using. Like, it's not a bad set, I just wish you could get the bonus from the two-piece. Because the two-piece is literally worthless if you don't have the torpedo. Because it only affects the torpedo. And the full three-piece set is replaceable by the resonance console from this mission. Fully upgraded, this console will actually give you more armor pen. I have looked at it a lot and really wished the armor pen bonus was part of the two-piece instead of the three-piece. The hand twitched. And I mean, like, that disruptor torpedo isn't bad. And I might use it for a time. I just don't know if I can bring myself to play that mission basically 3 times to make it more worth it. I don't find that mission to be very fun.
Too many of them. We can't.
Wonder how far I've made it along my tier 5U progress. Yeah, that's why I plan on only really playing it once, so I can get the science console, because it boosts disruptor damage, and then not touching it again. It's worth playing that once for the console. 3 times for the whole set?
Welcome to the...
Actually, see. Yeah, I'm at the 2nd level.
Nice flying. Now hurry up. We gotta board them.
Like, it's not going to be a big, you know, an actual thing that I have to worry about with this character. But another bonus to using the prolonged engagement torpedo on a beam build is if you're running supercharged weapons, because this is a wide-angle torpedo. This can fire directly off your side, meaning you can fire it while firing your beams. Without giving up your rear arc for that brief moment to fire it.
Great work. Just one more group between you and the planet. Give them hell.
It's not a huge benefit, but it is a benefit.
You're close. The fight with the ground is getting worse. Need you down there.
Wait, is there a probe? No, I'm viral matrixed, I think. Maybe? No, it's ionic turbulence. Close enough. The Iconians are annoying to fight, but there is still a more annoying group to fight. Frickin' Hirogen. Atomic beam is annoying. I fully expect to die multiple times through this. Oh, they're not all dead. What are you doing not killing them all yet, guys?
Thank you.
Yeah, sure. Bring down your people. You should have brought them down sooner, but, you know. Ow. Not. What is there left to kill?
More heralds are on
Oh.
the way. We can take a defensive position in the ruins.
There was one hiding behind a rock. They're dead, Jim. Yeah, come the winter event, I will be getting this character the winter kit. Because that's just... Well, it's not the best kit. It's no Ryzen kit. It's better than what I've got. And does work with the weapons I like to use. Namely, the Nukara. I like the Nukara guns. They're not good, but... This mission gets nasty. It's definitely one of those, oh, this is this is happening kind of missions. There's just so many of the thralls and just Iconians in general. Because I think the general assumption is that the AI will survive more than half a second, spreading the damage around. But it doesn't, because of all the AoEs. Even your bridge officers tend to die pretty easily because the AoEs, the AI is kind of dumb and doesn't even try to get out of it.
The ruins are secure. Next, we must clear the path ahead.
So, like... this way. Not helped by the Iconians hurt. Like, I don't have the most shields, but like 1 or 2 attacks and my shields are gone. You can only imagine where I would be at if I had actually managed to play consistently. I just wanted the flashing gun. I'll set those up again once we're out of the mission. I just wanted the flashing gun. It kept grabbing my attention.
I think we...
Now as for the part that I'm definitely gonna die in. Well, one of the 2 parts. The other part is the final fight.
Reinforcements are on their way.
There's a gateway opening to the north. Watch out! Gateway opening to the east.
I may not die. I know when I was just replaying through this mission on my my main, well, I say replaying, I didn't actually play through this mission on my main. Because my main uses anti-proton mainly. Playing through on advanced on that character, I ended up dying in this part. Of which I really should have set the difficulty down, because I was just after the console. Like, same reason I'm playing through now, I was literally just after the console. And setting difficulty down would have meant I would have got through it a lot faster, but that takes effort. And then that takes me remembering to turn the difficulty back up. Because I use advanced patrols for money generation. Because I just... either it's I don't have the damage, or probably no one has the damage to actually make more money on Elite doing patrols than Advanced. Because the drop rate doesn't seem that different, but you can kill things so much faster on advanced. So, like, I can generally pull, like, 80 to 100k out of elite, but 150 to 200k out of advanced. So. Wow, I didn't die. What remaining heralds? It ain't over yet, guys.
New Romulus is reporting heavy casualties. What happened down there?
You know, just Iconians.
Sensors are picking up some unusual power emanations from the surface. Be careful.
Well, I'm about to die here, I guess. Maybe not. Seems like 2 science officers is just enough to keep me alive. It's when they start dying that there starts to be problems. Or, you know, when they're healing each other. They need to heal me. I'm the important one. I kind of am, because I'm putting at about the same damage all 4 of them are. But, you know. I am not going to argue with it letting me move this fast while aiming. Well, there I go. It's not worth trying to get them over to me. I'm dead again. Maybe. Oh, no, I survived. Hooray! And didn't drop anything of note. May as well do that console last, because, well, it's the one I need to go back to anyway. Alright, I forgot there's one more fight after this in this mission. Yeah, I'll probably die there as well. I may as well check this. It's not even worth picking up. Make it so.
I'm a little bit acknowledged.
And all of this is even happening because the Romulans decided they wanted to turn on that gate. Literally, had they just left it alone. Like, we literally woke the Iconians up and basically told them, hey, here we are. Like, guys, we didn't need to turn the gate on. But in typical Romulan fashion, they didn't think. How Okay, Tovin's at least picking her up. How did she die? I'm very confused. Ow. I mean, not helped by the Iconians hit basically all of you at once. So even if they're not aggroed onto you, they're still hitting you, probably. I should really be taking out things that I can take out quickly. Lower the amount of damage. Yep. Tovin just decided to stop fighting the moment I died. He had nothing left to live for, I guess. It's not like your AI companions tend to do much anyway, but you know. They try. Sometimes. Let's get these little guys down here. Oh, this is the last set. Didn't even notice. That is one thing. You could literally just let yourself die. And then just stay dead until the timer runs out. Clean out the last of them.
We're in orbit, and we're not alone. The rest of...
I'm also not particularly looking forward to the Martok mission either, but...
They are not kidding around.
They're not kidding around with their one
More
cruiser.
Herald ships. These guys just won't give up.
Shoot. I hate those probes. I hate them so much.
Where are the Heralds getting all these ships? More inbound. The fleet is 1 minute out. Keep fighting.
Now there's at least 3 ships.
On an intercept course. Just a little longer.
think using the phase decoy would still count for my uncloak bonus if I felt like doing that. Yep, I'm dead. Bye, Nimbus. Thanks for finally helping out, guys. Gods, the AI sucks so much. You don't even have to fight those, but, you know. I'm a bit tilted. This is a perfectly functional game with very few bugs. Engaging Dreadnought. And they destroy the planet. Because for some reason, we can't damage the Dreadnought. Hey, this does... I forgot this gives destabilizing resonance. This is not a bad skill. If only I had room for it.
The war continues, and all of our warriors are needed to fight.
Because it's a 2-3-4 skill. So I'd literally have to give up Photonic Officer to use it. It's not a bad skill, though. But yeah, this is definitely useful. Now, if I want that beam, I'd have to play through it again. That mission's so long. There are things I should really do more than this, and that is literally intelligence. So, I think I'm going to swap to that. I was doing Miracle Worker Command because I wanted the extra survivability. But literally this and this are what you really want. So. Yeah, just double click. I'm gonna do that, and I'm gonna put some points in the strategist just to. Good chance on healing. Good severity. I'll put these last two over here. Let's work through this, and I mean, it is technically more survivability because it is more defense rating. And this one, I forget what this actually gives per point. Maximum shields. It's honestly not the worst. But yeah, just because I'm probably actually going to finish the rest of this stuff off stream. Because it is getting hot. I think it's... Brushfire is a mission you want to do. You'll want to grab the Martok Omni Beam, and the mission itself gives you the Martok console, which is an engineering console. And that's a decent 2-piece for some crit chance. There's the Resonant one we just did, and then there is Echoes of Light, which I think is actually... Yeah, it's in this one too. It's right here for, at the very least, this. If you really want to replay it, and honestly, like, I'll decide off stream if I want to smash my face into this wall. But, like, this is a beam. It does have proc, which sucks. But I might do it for these.
We can share in valuable discoveries and help to ensure good.
And then there is also this, which pairs with the 8472 Reputation Universal Console for bonuses. Which I will actually, because I do not remember what those are off the top of my head. Space sets. That isn't going to find it, is it? No, it isn't. Right, because it'll be down here. The set gives Stop. Browser. For its 2-piece, it gives 7.5% bonus Phaser, Disruptor, Plasma, and Tetrion damage. So, 7.5% bonus damage is nice to have. As much as this console is kind of meh, you know, the 2-piece set kind of makes it worth it. But that will wait until we actually have the marks and doodads to actually grab the console. Because currently we have it available, we could start working towards it, but we don't, we have 5 marks, we need a lot more than that, and we have none of these, we need 2 of them. We have enough dilithium, but that's a lot of dilithium for where we're at. Like, that's a later thing. But if you've already got the dilithium and everything, pairing this with the console from Surface Tension, it's not a bad idea. Those are basically what I'll be working towards. I probably won't do this one yet, because as mentioned, not much need. But I am going to be ending the stream off because it is getting hot. So, I thank you all very much for watching. I will, as mentioned, I will probably just grind out the rest of the Disruptor set off stream, because it's mostly the fact that I'm streaming is making my computer put out a lot of heat. And it's hot. So, yeah. See y'all probably tomorrow.